I'm moving way too fast for me to give a fuck. Woo! So I'm bored. So I decided to might as well just, go live with a podcast. Possibly, maybe. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I got my little booby mic. But hello. If anyone decides to watch this, I just noticed I have weird hand movements when I'm sitting down. And my camera can't pick up super fast. Can't see me. Sorry. I'm a little sleep deprived, so I'm kind of hyper right now. But welcome to the first episode of the Retail Bullshit Podcast. I think I just hit my mic. Anyways, so feel free, join in. If you happen to have any stories, comment them. If you're watching this after I'm done streaming, comment them down below. I might share them. Who knows? I get bored. The fuck is that? Sorry, I'm also on my phone because I opened this morning, so I need to catch up on all my games. Anyways, welcome to the first episode of Retail Bullshit. Because there's lots of stuff that goes on working in retail that just, like, there's all those little things that kind of piss me off. Like there's some things that, like, they don't happen a lot, like maybe once every blue moon, that happen to piss me off. And then there's things that happen quite frequently. Like, oh, there was a dude today. What did he do? Oh, yeah. Okay, so smart people know that in your car, on your gas gauge, there's a little arrow that points to which side your gas can's on, or your gas cap is on, and where to fill it, right? Dude pulled in, pump's on his right, his cap's on his left, right? So instead of doing the smart thing and backing up and pulling into the next one, he did back up. Okay, I will mention he did back up, but he backed up to another pump. Like, he was on our pump number 4, he backed up to pump number 2, and then took our hose and just reached it across. And there were still 2 pumps on the other side that he could get to. You know, it's like, what the hell, right? But like I said, like, some of this stuff, I'm not a people person. I will admit that. I will admit I am not a people person at all. But these are just things that, like, when I see them, they build up, like, every single day. It's just like, it's coming to the point where common sense isn't so common anymore. Like, I'm probably gonna say like a lot when I talk about different things that happen. Ooh, new game. I'm like, is there a new quest? No. Ooh, hang on. Sorry, 1 sec. Oh, I don't care about those. If there's nothing good for this game, then fuck that shit now. But no, what else did someone do today? Oh, no. Let's see. I had yesterday off, so it was Saturday, I think. So, like, when you go into a gas station and you want, and unfortunately our gas station is prepay, so you gotta, pay before you pump, or you use your card at the pump. So this guy came in, gave me $100, tells me put it on the pump. So I did. Well, he only pumped $90, but then he came back in, and as I handed him his change, he was like, "Oh, I was going to put that on my card. I just gave you the $100 to turn on the pump." And I looked at him and was like, "That's if you just wanted to use your card, why not use your card at the pump? Like, I can understand it if you come back in and want to buy more stuff for turning on the pump, but we can't do that. So you have to use your card out there. But, like, most people, if they want to get gas at the pumps but also want to buy other stuff, they just come in first and buy the stuff. It doesn't make sense to me that you're going to give me $100, tell me to put it on the pump itself, but then expect to pay with your card inside. Like it makes no sense. It boggles my mind, the stupidity of people. Like, damn, I just said like again. I should edit this and have like a like counter right here so that you guys can see how many times I say it. But no, there was a dude who also on Friday, I want to say. I think Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, because that's when my boss was there. Because he had Saturday off. Friday, there was a guy. It started like a whole big issue. Ooh, sorry. Pausing for a sec. There's. Oh, screw that. I don't want to deal with a World Championship Yu-Gi-Oh game thing. Crap, whatever. But no, guy came in. More backstory. Our air conditioner broke, so we've got like a bunch of fans behind our tills blowing on us. So we have a hard time of hearing customers when they, mumble. I hate the customers that do that too. But like dueling 3 times. Oh, well, I mean, getting gems. That's kind of cool. Sorry, distracted again. Don't worry, I'm almost done. I got one more game to load to get the daily bonus, so I don't forget. But no, so fans are blowing on us. So when customers are trying to talk to us, but they mumble, I can't hear them, and I'm shaking. Earthquake. No, sorry, you guys are currently sitting on my end table next to my bed. But no, so like counter again. By the end of this, someone should count how many likes I've said. Go back and start counting. But no, so it's hard to hear the customers. Well, a dude came in, right? And he got to my till to ask me a question and said, do you guys carry, the Mountain Dew cans, blah, 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 like single cans, little ones? And I said, yeah, they're in the back there. Cool, done with my phone now. So he does that, but as he's walking back, he's trying to tell me something, and I can't hear him. All I could make out was carton of cigs, and I told him, I was like, I'll get that for you when you come up here because I can't hear with these fans. He just turned around and snapped. He was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go somewhere else because you're a fucking asshole. Hi, kitty. And he just started cussing me out and everything, and I was okay. Like I'll admit, I fucked up. I screwed up handling that situation because I was doing okay up until he got to the door and he said something. I don't remember what it was, but like something in my brain just like snapped into pure rage. And I started yelling at him to get out as he was already getting out. I knew as soon as I said it, I screwed up. And then he instantly turned around, came back in, and was like, what did you say? And I was like, I said, get out. And I had been pointing to get out. And he was like, point again, and I'll lay your ass out. And I'm like, oh, if you threatened me, Tom, I was going to sue, blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. I'm not supposed to say where I work. Fuck. You guys didn't hear that. You guys didn't hear that, right? Ignore I said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boss. I love you. Anyways, but no, like, I shouldn't have said anything as he was leaving because I don't know what he said that pushed me over the edge though. It was weird. I don't know what happened. Sorry, hang on. What the hell are these buttons? Sorry, this is the first time I'm actually streaming live to on my computer. How's it looking? Do I need to show a little skin? Like I said, sleep deprived. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be weird. But yeah, no, just the fact that like there's another one. And then I found out he's a regular at another location in town, and that he went to that location and decided to complain about me because he knows the manager there. That's funny because I answered the phone when that manager called, and I told him what happened, and I said, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's just having a bad day, so I'm sorry if he snapped." And I was like, Doesn't matter if he's having a bad day. He threatened to punch me in the face. You don't do that. Like, I don't care if you're having a bad day. You don't do that at someone's work. Like, if you're having a bad day and you go to Walmart shopping, you're not going to threaten to punch them in the face, are you? I mean, unless you're me, but I just hate human beings in general. But no, yeah, there's just like all those little things. And yeah, see, funny thing is with this podcast, I was actually going to try to get. Sorry, my chair felt like it was going to go further back. Don't want that. I don't want to die. Oh, and there's nothing back there either. Is it? No, just a box. An empty box. The empty box that happened to hold my Markiplier calendar. The Tasteful Nudes calendar. Which is funny because I posted a picture of it on Instagram and shared it to Facebook and all of my social media accounts. And my mom texted me, was like, "Why do you have a calendar of a naked man? Is there something I need to be concerned about, Brandon?" And I'm like, "No, it was for charity, and because Markiplier hit 20 mil, and you know, it's Tasteful Nudes. It's funny as hell. And plus, if I hang it out in my out there, I might make my current roommate uncomfortable because she's a lesbian. I don't care. It's Markiplier. Doesn't start till July, but at least it's got Chica in it too. Hi, kitty. Bye, kitty. But yeah, no. So, anyways, I was gonna try to get my not my last roommate in this place, but at my old place. You guys might know him as ITI Zeus. ITI. Fucking weird ass name. What the hell, Denton? That's his actual name. But he we've actually been trying to stream recently, and I think we streamed yesterday, Saturday, when I got off work. He tried playing God of War, and it was so frustrating because he kept dying. Because he's just, oh, I'm so badass. I'm gonna go on the hardest fucking difficulty ever. Blah blah blah. But yeah, no, we're gonna be hanging out and streaming and stuff. And I was gonna have him be a part of this podcast, but he has never actually worked a retail. He's done bus driver. He's been a bus driver, which I thought would be fun to talk about the stupid kids he's had on as a bus driver on here. But he's also, where else did he work? I think he also works at like a car dealer, not a car dealership, car dealership and maintenance. And he's a delivery guy. I keep bumping that into my chin. And he's a delivery guy, but he's never really had to deal with like the stupid people. It's crazy. And it's funny. It's actually because of some stupid people that I've actually been suspended from work a couple times. Like, I'll admit, I do have anger issues, and I have been working on it. My boss keeps mentioning that I've been improving my attitude and my rage. But what was it, like 2 instances where I just three instances where I lost it. I'll admit it, 3. One of them was proper, like I had every reason. One was not, and the third, I snapped after the fact because of something that happened. So I'll start with that one. So the first and only time I've ever been suspended from my job, I was suspended for 3 days. What happened was, so our parking lot, you park, blah, 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 blah. Well, this was kind of at night. I was outside talking with one of my coworkers who works in the building next door, because he was out taking a smoke break and stuff, and so I went to chat, right? And this lady came in, and while there were like, I think 3 cars parked next to each other like this, she pulled in right behind them like this, and while they were trying to leave, and I asked her if she could park her car, like park it so that they could leave or just move a little bit. Well, she just got in her car and drove off, left. And normally when an incident happens, we write an incident report. I didn't see that as an incident. And that's where I actually messed up, because the lady sent a letter to our boss, old manager, saying that I had told her to move her fucking car. Like those exact words, move your fucking car now, was what she wrote that I said. And the fact that, and the fact is, the old manager, she wasn't very good at actually investigating what happened, because my coworker from the building next door didn't, like, she didn't ask him what happened. She only asked me and took an incident report after the situation, and then suspended me because they took her word for it instead of mine, without also asking the other witness that was there what happened. And that was something like she was super bad at, was investigating the actual situation that happened. Keyboard, sleep deprived, I'm sorry. And because of the, when I got suspended for those 3 days, I actually snapped at her because she didn't go ask my coworker what happened. That she didn't ask him for his part of the story, which was exactly the same as mine. And he actually wrote up an incident report afterwards as well when I told him about it, but she didn't even go get it from him. She didn't ask him anything about it. And it was one of the most frustrating things I could have ever dealt with when getting suspended. Like, if I do something wrong, I'll take the punishment. I'll take a write up, I'll take a suspension. But when I don't do anything wrong and get wrongfully suspended and written up, that pisses me off. And it's because of that situation that when my new manager got hired and did my 1 year eval, I think. Yeah, my 1 year eval. I got docked on a couple things, specifically customer service and all of that stuff. And he said it was because of that situation. Because of that incident, I got docked on a lot of things. And I just, like, and that's something for like a lot of managers and employees that you need to understand. When your employee doesn't do anything wrong and you don't bother to investigate, you got to think about the situation, because if they didn't do anything wrong and you're not investigating the situation, but you wrongfully suspend them, write them up, all that kind of stuff, it affects them later on. Like, it's still affecting my job, like not my performance, because I just had another eval. What's today? March 28th. So 28 days ago, I had another eval, and I did a really good job because, I mean, like, I got a higher score because my boss noticed improvement since the first time he saw me actually handle a customer. Not a great day for me because I was in a horrible mood. But he's seen improvement with that. But the problem is, he's still comparing what I am, I think he's still comparing what happened with that situation to how I am now. And while that's vast improvement, he's still expecting that to happen again. And just because, as he said, I have the worst customer service that he's ever seen. And I'll agree, I have horrible customer service. I did, but I'm slightly improving. I'm doing a lot better. I mean, there are times where my depression just like hits me super hard. But then, like, for the next week after that day, I am just the cheeriest motherfucker you will ever meet, and I love that. I hate that I have to be depressed to reach that level of happiness. But yeah, so there's that situation. The other situation that happened that I didn't have a right to get mad was not this past winter, but in 2017, it was 2016's winter, right? 2016. Yeah, because that's when I started working here. Lady came in, and backstory, I don't know anything about cars. I'm not a mechanic. I'm well, I'm not a mechanic. I also never bothered to learn anything about cars other than my own, specifically what kind it was, like what oil I needed, windshield washer fluid, all that kind of stuff. Other than that, I know nothing, which is why it's really frustrating when someone says, "Hey, can I get like $10 on the Durango?" Like, the fuck's a Durango? I don't know. I don't know cars, guys. I know my old car, the convertible, only because it was a convertible. Like, I couldn't tell you what a fucking Chrysler Sebring was unless it was a convertible. But anyways, back to this. Lady was, it was like winter. Her windshield, I think she lived like a house or two down from our store, and she her windshield was frozen solid, like frozen because it was cold that year. Holy shit, dude. But yeah, so she came in asking if I could grab a cup of hot water and pour it on her windshield. Now, I don't know cars. I do know a little bit of science. I know you're not supposed to do that because it'll crack your windshield. Everyone since then has definitely agreed that I should not have done that. But it's also the fact, it's policy at our work. Well, yes, we love to help customers out when they need it, but when it requires us to touch something that belongs to you, we can't do it. Like, there's a lady that sometimes gets her card stuck in the ATM and asks us for help. We can't do that because if the card breaks while we're trying to get it out, that falls on us. That falls on our company. And that's why I told her, I was like, I can't do that. And one, you're not supposed to do that. She was like, okay, well, can I take a cup of hot water? And I was like, yeah, cups are 25 cents. She's like, really? You're going to charge me for a cup for this? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not going to let you use a cup, put water in it, pour it out, and then just put it back. Like, if you take a cup, I got to charge you. That's how this shit works. So she started flipping out, freaking out, insulting me left and right. And that was my first instance where my rage really took over. And I told her, I was like, you need to get the fuck out. Because I was not having her just stand there and yell and yell and yell at me. I got in trouble for that. I got a write-up. Didn't get suspended, though. I didn't get suspended. Just got a write-up. Why is there a sudden glare on my screen? But yeah, like here's the thing. Like, people got to understand, like, oh, there we go. Glare's gone. Might have just been the sun or something. But like, people got to understand that we want to help you guys with stuff. But when we're not able to, and you freak out on us, it's the most irritating thing of all. Because we can't help you, but we want to help you. Sorry. But we want to help you. It's like, if it was in our power, you know we would help you, but you freak out anyways. That's what pisses us off the most. Trust me, I've asked my coworkers, like, the one thing that pisses them off the most about working in retail, that's it. It's like, oh, I wish these were cheaper. I can't do anything about that. Or like the people that freak out when the sign says buy 2 for $10. Oh, well, one should be 5. It's like, but it says 2 for 10. If they were $5 each, I'm pretty sure the sign would just say $5 each. Whereas there are some signs that do say 2 for $7 or 1 for $3.50. Those ones, yes, if it says so. But when it says 2 for 10, it means 2 for fucking 10. 2. But yeah, so I freaked out about that. But the one that I had every right, that everyone agreed, okay? So I'm a pacifist, okay? I'll straight up admit this. I'm a pacifist. I can't fight. Oh, I mean, I can, but I won't. Because, and I don't know why. I hate fighting. I like watching it, like Arrow and Flash and all that stuff, but I can't I can't like, I have a mentality that just I refuse to fight kind of thing. Some people have almost pushed me over the edge with that too. Not that I'm a pacifist, but pushed me over the edge where I've actually wanted to hit them. This is one of them. And during my first month working for for this company, there was a dude, and I'll always remember this dude because I saw him three times during my entire almost 2 years here. The other 2 times are linked to this. So the first time, during that first month, he was drunk driving. I could tell because, I'll use it this way. So he was coming down the road across from us, right? So we're here, he's going that way. Well, there was a little break in the blocks, for the other road to cross and stuff. He turned to do U-turn, but then did a donut, came in and pulled in. And I was standing outside taking a breather because it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I needed fresh air. I was tired. I needed the cold air against my beautiful face. Anyways, so dude pulled in, and then he got like right in my face, like this far, and you could smell the alcohol. And he was like, "Is the casino open?" I was like, "Yeah, but you got to use this. You got to come through my door because casino, locked theirs a while ago." He ignored that, went straight to that door, tried it, didn't work, came back, got in my face again and said, "Thought you said it was open." I was like, "Yeah, I also said you got to go through my doors." So he went in there. He was just stumbling all over the place. So I went over there and told them, and told the worker there, oh, who was it? She no longer works there, but I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But I told her, I was like, don't serve him any alcohol. Ask him if we can get a taxi. She asked him and he said no. So I called the cops to come pick him up and stuff. And they did. They held him away for drunk driving and stuff. I think he was like, I can't remember how far over the limit they said he was, but he was a good amount over. Like there was no way he should have been driving. Obviously, he was drunk. What the fuck am I talking about? But he and then that was the end of that. Like it was all good. They took my statement, which was just like this is what he did. He was drunk and he appeared drunk and he smelled drunk. And so we called you guys, and apparently he was drunk because he didn't pass the tests, especially the breathalyzer. But so that was the end of that, and then I think it was 6-7 months later. He I didn't realize it was him until like later when I thought about it because I was tired after opening the store. He had come in and asked me if I was, if I was me, my name. And I was like, yeah, why? He was like, you owe me 15 grand. And I looked at him and was like, no, I don't. He was like, yeah, you do. I was like, no, I don't. He was like, well, you better pay me because if you don't, just remember, every dog has his day. And because of my awesome phone, I took a picture. And I was like, cool. And then he left, and I gave the picture to the cops because he was threatening me and shit. And apparently they hauled him away again for threatening me to pay his fine. Was it 15 grand? That shouldn't be for a DUI. I think it might have been $1,500. I don't remember. It's been over a year and a half, or almost over a year since I left, since that happened. But and then a couple months later, I think last September or October, saw him again, and he came in and started harassing me, saying that I lied to the cops. And I was like, explain how I lied. I told them you were drunk driving. I told them you smelled of alcohol, you were stumbling over yourself, and you drove like a maniac. What about that was lying? And all he kept repeating was, you're a liar. You lied to the cops. Blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, so I called them, and because we had kept his name from the first incident, and I reported, said, hey, so and so was in here again, harassing me again. And so we got a ban on him and stuff, and it was just like, I hate it. I hate it. I hated it so much because I don't like it when customers harass me. Like, I don't like customers harassing anybody in general. Like, especially when it comes to them harassing my lady coworkers. That's the stuff that pisses me off. Especially when it's like a super old guy that's harassing him. I'm just like, fucking assholes. But no, I think it's funny. In almost 2 years that I've been with this company, I think I've gotten three people banned. Like personally, I have. He was one of them. The other one was a dude who, like, I understand like people have their like the mental issues because like I got depression and stuff. But when there are people that like need their medication to function like a human being, take it, please. Because there was one dude who was like, he was awesome when he was on his medication, but when he was off, he was kind of a jerk, and he also threatened some of my employees, coworkers. I keep forgetting just because I'm grocery doesn't mean I need to keep saying coworker our employees. It's a habit. I don't know why. Probably because I keep saying my other, like another employee or another employee. I don't say another coworker. It's a habit. But yeah, it got to the point because like he would come in if he was off his meds, grab a drink. He would ask how much it would be for a cup of water, 25 cents. Gave me 25 cents. Then he went and filled it with soda. I'm like, that's not water. And then he'd get so angry with me. I think there was one time he threw his soda at another coworker or coffee. I don't remember which. But that's when it kind of got to the edge. And so I helped get him banned. Then there was a lady who I personally got banned, and I hated to because she was nice until she got creepy. So, yeah, I'll fucking say this. I used to work at Wendy's. Thank God I don't work there anymore. But there was a little old lady there. She was really nice, really friendly, but she also kept hitting on me. I know some people might be like, "Ooh, she's a cougar." Not with how old she was. I think she was in her like 80s, late 80s or something. And she kept hitting on me, like when it was compliments, like, "Oh, you look nice today, Brandon." Like, thanks. Like those I don't mind. But when it started getting super creepy, is when I start to kind of like back away and not want she to talk to me. So like it didn't get creepy until I left Wendy's and started working where I am. Well, I didn't leave Wendy's to go here. There was some jobs in between, but I hadn't seen her for a couple years, and then I started working for this company, and then she found out she was a regular until I got her banned. But like she'd come in and she'd start complimenting me again, and I was like, okay, as long as it sticks with this. But then it went straight from compliment to, oh my God, no. Because there was a day, it's been a while. I don't remember what day, obviously. I'm not gonna say what day, but I think it was like sometime in the summer or fall or something that she came in, and while I had like a line of customers and stuff, she kind of just stood off to the side and was saying, "Oh, you look nice today, Brandon." I was like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah. I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you," because I was doing something new with my hair. That's when I started slicking it back. And then she said, if I was your age, you and me would have so many babies by now. And that's when I just paused and I was like, you know what? No, we wouldn't. I'm sorry. There's no way you're going to be my age because guess what? You're not my age. And I told her, I was like, that's enough. I'm done. I said, you need to either stop with the creepy compliments or just stop coming here. And she took special offense to that because like she had grown like fond of me when I was at Wendy's. But it's like when you come in and in front of a whole bunch of customers, you just say, You know, Brandon, if I was your age, we would have had so many babies. Why are you thinking about me that way when I am over 60 years younger than you? And you're telling these customers that if you were my age, you would be banging me repeatedly. Why did you have to escalate? Like there was no middle ground. You just went from, oh, you look nice today to we'd be banging if I was your age, Brandon. Like, what the fuck? That's the weird shit. Like, there are a lot of weird customers. Like, even today we had one um, who apparently had the nickname of Crackpot something. That my coworker, when she worked at a different another job, they all called him Crackpot and whatever his actual name was. And I didn't realize that because I'd never had any issues with him when he came in. But today, he came in to buy some beer, and while my coworker was down on the ground counting or getting the money out of the safe to do books and stuff, he put the stuff on my counter, then went over to her the till that she was near, and it was like, "Thanks very much, bitch," and then came back over, and I'm like, "Excuse me." He was like, "What?" I was like, I took the beer and I put it in the, I was like, "You can leave." He just started flipping a bitch, and I was like, "I'm sorry, you don't get to talk to my coworker like that." And they just walked out, and then she informed me that sometimes when, like, because he's crackpot, blah blah blah, that he'll sometimes come in and try to start fights with people. And I was just like, that kind of reminds me of the guy that I got banned when he was off his medication. And so I told her, I was like, if that happens again, like, you don't just take it. Ban him. Because I personally, I don't tolerate anyone that comes into my store and bashes on my coworkers. That pisses me off a lot. Like, because I have someone over in the building next door to us, one of my coworkers, love her to death, in love with her. Sadly, she's getting married. Fuck the douche. Nah, dude's a nice guy. He's really nice. He's friendly. And I'm going to their wedding too. And I'm going to disrupt the wedding. Now, she told me she'd kill me if I did that. But no, I love her to death. She's one of my best friends. And they're constantly, I have to hear from people that go over to their building when they come over to buy stuff that they don't want to go gamble over there when she's there. And I'm like, why? Like, is she fucking up your machine? Is she not selling you alcohol? Or is she not serving you beer? She's not serving you water. She's not giving you complimentary snacks. Like, what's the problem? They're like, oh, I just don't like her. I'm like, but why? Like, what's the problem? And they're just like, a lot of customers keep bashing on her. And I keep telling them, I'm like, deal with it. Like, is she disrupting your gambling by asking you how you're doing? Or you're like, the fuck is she doing? None of them have a straight answer for me. So I tell them, just get the fuck over it and go gamble. You're going to spend your money here anyways. Might as well do it now. But yeah, when people bash on my coworkers, I fucking hate that. Funny enough, I'm going to be doing this for a whole hour. I've already been here for 40 minutes. Good thing I didn't record this and upload it. My phone would be dead by now. But yeah, working retail is just, I hate it. I'm going to have lots of stories from where I work and where I've been. Like, I'll mention previous jobs. I've worked at Kmart, which is now closed in my town. I've worked at Wendy's. I've worked at Panda Express. Sorry, I was like going through my head trying to figure out if anyone would know the like local businesses that I worked at. Probably not. Another gas station called the Mini Basket, and I've also worked at a bread place, the Great Harvest Bread Company. And they're just, I don't think I had any problems at Great Harvest though. Never had any there. I did have one when I worked at the Mini Basket. Specifically, how I got fired from there. Because like here's the thing, and I told my boss this, and he tolerates it because he's the same way. Like when I'm depressed, or like with my when it comes to my personality and my emotions, I have depressed, and then I have like so fucking happy you can't deal with it. I have no middle ground. Now, when I'm happy, it's kind of like when I'm sleep deprived here. I'm doing weird shit, like making weird noises, doing weird stuff. I also don't have a filter, so I will make any. Hang on, I'm gonna fix this because it keeps bumping into me. I'm gonna make any type of joke ever. The only thing I don't do is racist jokes, unless my coworker's okay with it, because he's African American and he'll sometimes tell me jokes, and I'll tell him them too. But when he's not around, I don't do them. But no, so like I have no filter. So like sometimes I'll get awkward, and sometimes I'll make some of my coworkers uncomfortable. But I tell them, I was like, would you rather me have me like this, or would you rather have me just so down here with my depression? Like I currently don't have a middle ground because I've been working on my depression, and so instead of being super depressed, I'm being super happy. And until I can get rid of the super low depression, you guys got to deal with the happiness. Like you got to deal with the uncomfortableness. Like what was one of the jokes I did? Oh, my coworker, the African American one, he brought the Dove chocolates, like a big bag of them, and he was in the office doing books, and I snuck up behind him. And was like, "Can I have a piece of your dark chocolate?" And he got so uncomfortable, and I was like, "I'm at the Dove chocolate, bro." He thought it was funny, but like those are the kind of jokes I keep making. Like one of my managers doing books, I'll sneak up behind him and constantly call him daddy just to get a reaction out of him. And he's okay with it. He doesn't mind because he knows that I have no middle ground yet because I'm still trying to work on being happy. That once I can stay that steadiness of super joy to try to lower it a bit at a time until I get to a good like middle ground where I'm not so like energetic and enthusiastic and stuff. But like I don't remember where I was going with this conversation. Oh yeah. So I had one of those moments at the my old gas station. And sorry, my leg itches. And I had one of those days where I was like so fucking happy I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Well, here was the problem, okay? My coworker during that day had just gone to get some teeth pulled, so she still had, she couldn't talk at the moment. And here's my thing though. I was warning some of the customers like, hey, careful, don't get mad if she doesn't say anything to you. She can't talk. She just got her teeth done. I got fired because of that. Because she apparently felt uncomfortable with the fact that I was sharing that information with people. And so the next day I just got fired. And I was just like, I'm letting customers know not to get mad. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd find out on their own when she's not saying anything, just scanning shit without saying anything at all, helping customers without saying. It's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said anything, but you fire me for that. Like, of all the things, that's what you fire me for. Like, I've been doing my job perfectly. I even improve. Like, that's one of the things that I do at almost any job is I find a way to improve shit. Like at my current job, I've improved so much crap. Like I have a meeting here in a couple days on Wednesday, and I'm going to show off that I improved something and that it's going to be much better now. And it's like, man, I can see the bags under my eyes. Oh, it's the fact that I've been opening for an entire week straight. But yeah, it's like, why fire me for that? Like, I get she was uncomfortable, but she filed it as sexual harassment. I'm like, what does your teeth have to do with sexual harassment? Like, I get it if I made a sexual joke about your teeth. That I get. But when I say to customers, to not get mad at you because you can't talk because you got your teeth done. How is that sexual harassment? Like, explain, please. Please explain. Explain this to me, for I do not know. Hope you guys can hear me better. I'm probably just gonna move this back up here and move it to my. It's gonna make some noises. I'm sorry. Oh my god, you are the most frustrating piece of technology. There, that might work now. Now it won't be. Whatever. I don't care. But yeah, fire me for that. That's something that pissed me off like a lot. That's why I hated working there. I also hated Panda Express. My God. I mean, I love getting free food for my meal breaks there, but just working there. Like, the manager, he's gone now. Thank God. But he was one of those managers that, like, when you're in the middle of a rush that happens to last for 5 hours of your shift, expects you in that 5 hours to do stuff on the other side of the store. Like, I was in drive-through, and drive-through is like the busiest thing because lots of people came through for Chinese food. Holy shit. But the fact that while you're in drive-through for 5 hours dealing with a huge rush, he expects you to be on the other side of the store cleaning different stuff. Like, here's a list of stuff to do. Clean the bathrooms, help do the dishes, mop the bathrooms, mop the back area. Still on the other side of the store. And like do all this stuff, help clean the chairs. Like how do you expect me to do this when I'm helping all these customers? Like, how? Really wish this camera was HD because I'm super tired of all the blurs. Oh well. Yeah. A little while ago I mentioned the whole buy 2 for 10 thing. This lady, oh my God, at Kmart, this lady. So we had a sale going on. I can't remember what, I think it was for 1 liter Pepsis, that it was get 5 for, no, it was, oh shit, what was it? Oh, no. 4 for 5? No. I think it was get 5 for, I'm just going to say 4 for 5 because I don't fucking remember. No, 5 for $10. Yeah, 5 for $10. That's what it was. So buy 5 of them for $10, but any more or less, and the sale won't kick in. So like you had to get $5 exactly. And like if you wanted to get more, the problem was we'd have to do that on a separate transaction, or you'd have to buy enough to get up to 10, and then the sale would hit for both of them, kind of thing. So like if you got 9, you'd have to pay full price for all 9 of them. But if you got 10, the 5 for 10 thing would kick in. So, or was it 5 for 5? It might have been 5 for 5. Let's go with that one. Because it sounds cheaper than buying 5 1 liter bottles for $10 fucking dollars. But so this lady came in and it was 4 Pepsis. Okay, it was for Pepsi. That was the sale for just regular Pepsi, not diet, not cherry, just Pepsi. So she came up to my till, gave me 2 Pepsis, a Mountain Dew, and an A&W. Okay. Well, I rang it in, told her the price. She was like, well, it should be this price. I'm like, why should it be this price? She's like, well, because it says buy 5 for 5. And I'm like, you've got 4 here, 2 of which aren't even on the sale. She was like, well, it says 5 for 5, so I should get each one for $1. And I'm like, no, did you not read the sign? It says 5 for 5, any more or any less, and you don't get the sale. And she was throwing a huge fit about it, being just a complete bitch, just insulting them left and right. And so I told her, I was like, you can either buy these for this price or I'm going to have to ask you to leave because you're holding up my line. So she left, right? Well, funny enough, the customer behind her was actually my manager. Was it the manager or the district manager? I think it was the manager. Well, she told me she told me I'd handle that perfectly. Like I handled that well. Like I was calm, I was nice. Not like I was just now, but that's because I'm not using my customer voice. Like, hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, what can I do for you? I hate that guy. I'm gonna murder that voice. Um, but no, so she left, right? Well, then she came back in towards the front and went up to the front desk or front checkout area and asked to speak to the manager. Well, since she was at my till, she turned around and said, "What's up?" And went over and talked to her. I was like, "No, you treated my employee with complete disrespect." Because she started telling my manager that I was the one being rude and I was being a total asshole. And she was like, "No, I was standing right behind you. He was being super nice." And that's rare for him. Because even then I had like horrible customer service and shit. And she was like, there's another fucking like, God damn it. Next podcast, I'm counting them. But so she said, I was standing right behind you in line. He was explaining what the sale was, and you were just not having it. You were treating him with complete disrespect while he's trying to help you out. And then you come back in and try to badmouth him and turn the story completely around when we've got so many witnesses that heard how you talked to him and heard how he talked to you, and you're going to come in and lie to us about this? Bye-bye. And she told her to leave, and I love that. Like I love the managers that stick up for you. Like my current manager at my store, we were talking about because the incident with the dude in the cigarettes who yelled at me. We were talking about it, and he actually told me how he's actually one of those managers who will fully investigate, an incident. That if a customer does complain and turn something around, like if it wasn't an issue, like if we didn't think it was like a big issue, but then they turn around and say it was, he will investigate. Like he'll watch the camera, he'll figure out who was working around, like if there were any regulars at the moment, and ask them what happened, that kind of thing. And thankfully, there was a regular around when the dude yelled at me, and so he backed me up, and so I didn't get in trouble. Otherwise, I would have. Um, yeah, I love those kinds of managers that do that stick up for you. I love them. They're so nice. They're friendly. I love them. Oh my god. Oh. See, that's the kind of shit that I do when I'm in a really good mood. Like today, I'm in a super good mood, even though I shouldn't be because I'm tired. But now there was another person at Kmart. What did they do? It made me laugh. There were two funny people. I might go over an hour when talking about this, but I don't care. The one lady made me laugh because it was I think it was Christmas. Yeah, it was Christmas. The Christmas stuff went on sale because it was after Christmas now, and because it was like so on sale, I think it was like 50 to 75% off. She came up and brought 2 carts full. Okay, I can imagine if it was big stuff, it's super easy, but it was all like little stuff, like single ornaments and little candles. So imagine 2 carts completely full, somewhat overflowing of all that stuff, and that I have to price override each and every individual one. Because we couldn't, one of the things with our tills, we couldn't like increase the quantity of something. So say you came up to us and bought, I'll use an example, not advertising for this, but Propel, just saying, advertising. But say you came up and bought like 12 individual Propels, I'd have to scan all 12 individually because, or just the same one 12 times because we don't have a quantity increaser button, which was so stupid. They never fixed it. That was one of the things that pissed me off. But yeah, so imagine doing that. I think if I remember right, her total came out to $200, and the item count was 648. I might be a little off. I'm really good with numbers, so when stuff like that happens, I remember most of it. Um, but yeah, so there was that lady. I wasn't mad at her. Like that's not something I'm complaining about. I found that like super funny that I was like, ooh, Christmas sale. I'm gonna buy all this. And she almost cleared us out of all of it. Like we had a whole lot, and then she bought a shit ton. It was funny. I loved it. Like that's not something I got mad at. Like I might have been mad at the time because like I had a line of customers and we only had 2 registers open and everyone was coming in. But thinking back, that was actually a funny moment for me. I think I laughed about it like a little afterwards too. But so there was that. I know someone came in. We had a display case of sunglasses sitting over by the jewelry thing, and someone just walked in, picked it up, and ran. And apparently, it happened on my break. And I thought, to me, that was funny because I didn't have to experience that because that wasn't my department. Because I was just cashier. But I thought that was funny too. He got caught. The guy got caught. And the last customer I will complain about, I hated this guy. So it was like a super tall dude and his friend or father in a wheelchair, right? And like, so here's the thing: if a customer makes a mess, I appreciate when they tell me. I hate when they don't. So what happened was they both went to, or the tall dude wanted to try on some pants, and the dude in the wheelchair came along with him. Blah blah blah. Well, they went to try them on, but they didn't come up to the register to buy anything. And so we were a little confused. Well, what happened was they went and tried on the pants, but walked out with those pants, right? And like all of our clothes have the clip thing, the sensor that goes off and stuff. Well, apparently he'd managed to get it off somehow. Don't know how. Um, or if I remember right, he just his jeans were torn. If I remember right, like his regular ones. So I think he tore this pair too, just to make sure that we wouldn't catch it. But we caught it because we found his old pair in the changing room, along with a giant puddle of piss. Imagine that. Thankfully, I didn't work in that area, so I didn't have to clean it because I'm just a cashier. Yeah. But yeah, God, that was like I hated that too. I mean, I didn't have to clean it, but I was frustrated that someone because the one that had to clean it was a girl who had just hired. If I remember right, her name was Kate or Caitlin. If she's watching this, hey. But she started working in the clothing area over there, and she was forced to clean. She had to clean it because it was her area. I just felt so bad for her. Like it was just the worst thing. Oh, I have 2 minutes left. I'll add in this. I really hate. Okay, if you know that a store is closing soon, don't go in and buy a shit ton of stuff. Okay, like because if I remember right, I had to keep my till open repeatedly because there was someone in because the till one was the like customer service returns area. She had so much shit to do that she would always close first, and I'd stay open. Well, someone came in, I think 2 minutes before we had to close, and we told them was like, you got 2 minutes. You need to hurry. Well, what happened was during that 2 minutes, they were apparently I'm assuming they had the munchies. I'm assuming because what they did, and we didn't know about this until we watched camera the next day. They went into the food aisle and they did the classic scene of putting the hand up and pushing all the shit into their cart, and then came up with an entire cart full of food right as we locked the doors. And I just looked at him and was like, okay, rang them through. It took about 10 minutes because it was so much food and all the bagging and stuff. And then they finally left, and I was just like furious because everyone had been waiting for my till, and they were just like super impatient. And I was like, "That's nothing I could do, guys. I mean, this, yeah." So, whenever you're going to a place, please always be wary of what time they close, because if you come in within like 5 minutes left, be quick. Okay, please be quick because if you go in like I also had it like there's two more I think. Like when when the building next door closes, because they close before I do, and I can't leave until they leave. But when they close up and I start locking my door, when the people from over there start coming over and try to buy stuff, I'm like, I'm already closed, guys. Or when someone tries to get fuel right as I'm closing, and I just like I can't. It's 2 in the morning. We're already closing up. I can't. I'm sorry. Like, there's 4. I hate when those people do that. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this first episode of Retail Bullshit. I now have to write down exactly what stuff I talked about so I don't accidentally repeat. Or I might just accidentally repeat. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. And if I don't give a fuck, I definitely don't give a shit. And if I gave a shit, I might just give a fuck, but I don't give a fuck, so I don't give a shit. I probably butchered that, but I don't give a fuck. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully here tonight, the 28th of May, I'm going to be uploading, I think, hang on, let me open it up. That. Sorry, I've got another thing here because I was transferring, because I finished Destroy All Humans 2 yesterday, and I transferred them while I slept. Videos. Destroy All Humans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 8. I'm going to be uploading 8 more episodes, or the last 8 episodes of Destroy All Humans 2 tonight while I sleep. So they should be up tomorrow morning. And I'm going to finish Thief. I'm going to play more of Thief. I've only gotten 2 episodes, I think, of that. And I actually kind of like it. It's surprisingly good, even though a lot of the reviews said it was horrible. Then after that, I don't know. I'm either going to do Watch Dogs, Star Wars Battlefront, or Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Because I have Shadow of Mordor, the first one, but I'm saving that until I'm able to fully to record off my phone, because that's just what I'm going to have to do for all my Xbox games. But the only problem is because of like the port that's on here, because it's the Google Pixel. I can't connect it to my computer because it didn't come with that kind of cord. Because the cord plugging into the one on my wall, it's basically just a double of this, like on both ends. But I do have an adapter plug, but the adapter plug is USB, so I needed a male-to-male USB thing to plug into this, so I could transfer some stuff off of this phone, like all of my porn. I'll admit, I don't know porn. I've been single for 2 years. What the fuck do you expect? I need action in my life. I need a lady. Any single ladies? You want to hit me up? I'm amazing. I'm single. I'm hot. I look good. Possibly. I hate. No. No. Fuck that. Hit me up. I like gaming. I like anime. Obviously. Have a fucking giant keyblade, man. How many guys do you know that can say they have a giant keyblade? Yeah? Yeah. I'm not just bragging. That thing's fucking giant. It's really heavy, too. I gotta hold it with both hands. Yeah, so I had to get a double male USB cord, and that's, I think, coming later in like 2 days. 2 days? I ordered it off Amazon, so then I can transfer some stuff off my phone and maybe some more music onto my phone. And then I'll have room to start recording, and then I'll just transfer it onto here and upload. So anyways, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know if you'd like to see more podcasts. I'm going to try to at least do 1 a week, maybe. Who knows? I might switch it up and do more than just like the retail podcast. I might start talking like anime or games or Nilla wafers or Kit Kats. Kit Kats. I got a lot of Kit Kats. But yeah, so as always, I'll see you guys next time. Boop. Yes, I am definitely sure I want to end my stream. Why you gotta even